So, there is a website within the Football Manager community that tests a bunch of different tactics over the course of 1,000, 2,000 games to see definitively what is the best tactic available in Football Manager. I'm going to do something a little bit slightly different in this video, where I take the worst performing tactic on FM Arena, put it into the game, simulate a season, and see what happens. It's either going to be absolute chaos or something unbelievably brilliant. If this tactic works, I'll be genuinely surprised. Let me introduce you to Sheffield United Football Club. Obviously, historic team, currently not doing too bad in the Championship, but this should be back in the Premier League. So here we look how the tactic sets up. It's a 3-3-3-1 in possession. Sheffield United do have a very good squad, but if we look here, the passing directness much shorter, tempo much higher, attacking width much narrower, counter-attacking pretty balanced, less often time wasting. We've got to keep the ball in play. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this tactic that is rated so lowly or didn't get as much results. And then the out of possession, high press, much lower defensive line, step up to the play. We've got a trigger press much more often. It's a counter-pressing system, and the tackling is set to get stuck in, which seems like a very Sheffield United thing to do, judging by how Patrick Bamford got a red card the other day. If we look at the transfer budget like we were supposed to have, it's set at 13.2 million. Obviously put some wage budget in there, just in case. You never know if we need to do a contract or two to keep a player happy. So yeah, they've got a couple of decent players. I mean, Michael Keeper's a pretty decent keeper for 25 years old, English. Yeah, he definitely will do a job in this team. You look at former Spurs man Japhet Tanganga, who is probably too good for this level. Mark McGuinness is always a good pair of hands at in the Championship. He's performed quite well so far in real life this season. Then you've got Ben Mee, who's an experienced man. He was at Brentford. That's how I remember him. Then you look at Gus Hamer, who is probably one of my favourite players in the Championship. He is an absolute unit of a player. He does deserve better than Sheffield United, but in our team, in this save, he's going to be one of our main players. You got Peck, who is a very good midfielder for a 20-year-old. Youth player at Arsenal, then joined Sheffield United. He looks absolutely brilliant in that midfield role, central midfield playmaker. He'll do it all in that midfield role. Then you've got the former Barcelona and Aston Villa currently man, West Brom, Louis Barry, who is a very, very good winger. I think he's still only 22. He's got very good stats. He can play anywhere across that kind of wing free, and I think he's going to be pretty good as well. Callum O'Hare's pretty good when it comes to that centre attacking mid role, free role, channel midfielder. He can play a second striker. He's got the stats to do it, and I think he's going to be a very, very big player in this team. Andre Brooks as well, good winger. He's quick. He's got good crossing, good dribbling. Again, I think the wing player is going to be pretty good for this formation if it works well. Got CM Eob Abraha. He looks pretty good in all. He can play striker, he can play both wings. He's pretty quick, good leadership, good off the ball. He's pretty much got it all. And then Tom Cannon, main man up front, 22, Irish international. He's going to be our main striker up front. But then you've got players like Harrison Burrows, you've got Tyrese Campbell, you've got Tom Davies, who's injured, you've got Danny Ings, you've got Patrick Bamford, Jarro Riedewald, who played at Ajax and Palace. You've got Ben Godfrey on loan from Atalanta. It's a good team, and it should be getting out of the Championship, even with this sort of tactic. So if you look at this tactic, over the course of the simulations that this guy who created it has done, he's played pretty much 2,500 matches, maybe more. It's averaged 34% win rate, lost 66%. They haven't played, it's not essentially bad. They got 39 points overall on average. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go if it looks like this. It could have just been in them simulations that it was kind of a bit of a poorer tactic rather than it playing well or what, but you never know in Football Manager. So if we test it and it's been absolutely stunning, it's good. But yeah, obviously it looks a bit mental, but you never know how it's going to play, so we'll find out. So I'm going to holiday forward until January, and we're going to see halfway through the season how this tactic is done. So here we are in January. We are currently 5th in the league, which is better than I expected. We lost 6 times, so we've lost to Middlesbrough, Ipswich, QPR, Leicester, Stoke and Norwich, who only one of them teams are above us in terms of league standing. That's Ipswich. We drew 5 games. We drew with Bristol City, Oxford United, Hull City, Watford and Stoke. Yeah, that's not bad in terms of the tactic and where we are. We've won 12, drew 6, lost 6. We are on 44 points after 24 games played. Yeah, it's not been too bad. We are further into the FA Cup. I think it's the third round against Coventry. We lost in the first round of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, so if we look at how the players have done so far, Tom Cannon has scored 11 goals, 3 assists. Not bad at all. Eyob Abreha has got 8 goals. Louis Barry 7 and 5. Peck 7 and 3. They've played unreal. Obviously, if we were looking at players to sign, we would, but we're not going to. If we look back at the squad, 7 and 3 for Peck, 7 and 5 for Louis Barry, 8 and 5 for Eyob Abreha, 10 goals so far, 11 goals so far for Tom Cannon, 3 assists. To be fair, the whole team's played pretty well. Everyone's been getting involved. Andre Brooks, even though injured, he's got 4 goals and 4 assists in 18 games. Tanganga's been getting amongst the goals. So is Reece Norrington Davies, 1 goal, 7 assists. Gus Hamer, 4 and 5. Callum O'Hare, 3 goals, 10 assists in 25 games. Yeah, it's been a pretty good run, to be fair, with this tactic, which obviously from testing shouldn't be working. So I'm going to simulate back ahead to the end of the season to see what happens with this tactic. Can we get promoted? Can we still finish in the playoff positions? Or do we drop off altogether? I'll see you in a couple of months. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the bottom of your screen here, somehow, with this worst performing tactic, highest losing average on FM Arena, we've been promoted to the Premier League as champions of the Championship. 101 points, 31 games won, 8 drawn, 7 lost. We've finished 16 points clear of Coventry in second. What the hell has gone on here? The lads must have eaten their Weetabix through the season or something, because bloody hell. If you look, Coventry finished somewhere behind us on 85. They beat Hull to promotion automatically on goal difference. Charlton, Sheffield and Portsmouth have gone down in this simulation. Wrexham stay up. Borough aren't doing as well in the game as they are in real life. Birmingham, Oxford, Norwich and Hull make the playoffs. But also, we did slightly madness in the FA Cup as well, in which we made it to the semi-finals and lost on penalties to Leeds. We beat Stoke 6-3 in the quarters. We beat Millwall 3-0 in the 5th round. So we had a miracle cup run with this tactic, along with winning the championship by 16 points and finishing over 100 points. And if we go over to the stats of our players, Gus Hamer, 10 and 7. Callum O'Hare ended with 25 assists and 10 goals in 52 games. Tom Cannon, 30 goals for the season in all comps, 6 assists in 52 games. Everyone chipped in. Peck, 14 and 8. Eyob Abreha, 17 and 14, I believe that said. 17 and 14 and 47. 12 and 19 for Andre Brooks. The entire team has played unbelievably. Ben Mee got 3 assists. In what other time of life is that going to happen? If we go over to the form guide, obviously we have been the best team in form throughout the season. Games without losing, we had the most with 10 in a row. Attacking, we scored the most goals, 111 goals in 46 games, 2.41 goals per 90. Expected shots for, expected non-penalties, we had the most shots in the league over the season, 741, 360 shots on target. Defensive-wise, we consider the third most goals, 47 in 46 games, so just over a goal a game, not too bad. Yeah, points per game, 2.2. Yeah, it's been a miracle season with this tactic. Silas playing for Borough in this save, bloody hell. Top scorers in the league, Hadji Wright finished on 40, Tom Cannon second with a respectable 29 goals across the season. Defending, well, we'll go goalkeeping. Michael Cooper conceded 33. Clean sheets, he finished 6th with 13, which is not bad at all. Yeah, that's it really. Obviously we finished as champions. Portsmouth, Sheffield, Charlton go down, but seemingly this tactic that was, a 66% loss percentage has somehow worked. So let me know what you think of this video series idea. I'd like to hear from you. Should we take the best win percentage tactic on FM Arena, take it for a spin and see what we can do? Is there any other tactics that you'd want to see me kind of review and see what we can do with? Let me know. I'd love to see how they do over the course of a season, maybe 2 seasons if we push. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you've missed any videos on my channel, please go on back and watch them. We've got a cool series going on called High Street to Glory, where we are taking my local club, Stockton Town, from the Northern Premier Division all the way up to Champions League glory, no matter how long it takes. So if you've missed any of that series, I'll leave a link up in the iCard for the playlist to them videos. All that's left to be said is thanks for watching. See you in the next one.